Hi guys, welcome to Tabarruk. I'm Fahad and this is Moin, and we're two mates and investors, and we are the best halal and ethical investors in Australia.
So at Tabarruk, we teach others how to grow wealth. We talk about the Australian share market, the ASX. We share our life portfolio, the companies that we invest in. We talk about the in-depth analysis on those companies. We write step-by-step guides, articles, and videos. What's our background? Fahad and I will tell you a bit about ourselves and how we started Tabarruk.
So, mate, grew up in the Middle East, came to Oz to study, and did you know I was 17 when I started uni?
Oh, it was a bit later than that.
No, bro, I was quite smart. No, kidding. So, I did aerospace engineering, and when I graduated, I found out that, I got no jobs. I couldn't even get a job offer. So, my dad said, you know what, carry on, pull up your boots, upskill yourself. So, dad's an Islamic banker, like your dad, and I thought, okay, I'll go and do a master's in banking finance, so I can follow my dad in his footsteps. And I did a thesis in Islamic finance also, and 8 years of banking and finance experience where I dealt with portfolios and investment banking, so portfolio management basically.
Yeah, so you've taken a lot of money that was invested and you've done things like grow 30 million to 50 million.
That was one of the examples.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And then after that, obviously, I went and joined the Australian Army.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what's funny is that both of us have tried to do other things outside of finance and investment, and we're back now doing finance and investment.
I know, bro.
I studied IT in Australia, and then I forged a successful career, spending about 20 years now in IT and management leadership. I also have a background in design, research, and user experience. I tried studying business economics in school when I had the choice between sciences and
How did you go?
business. I didn't like business, so 2 months in, I decided it wasn't for me. But when I worked, I always invested my savings. I invested in shares, in property, in gold. But yeah, we didn't really have the understanding of Islamic halal ethical investing. And I think that's because even our father started in conventional standard banking, and they went on a journey.
We also went on that journey with
We
them.
went on a journey with them later when they moved to Islamic banks.
True.
So we met 25 years ago when our dads worked together in the same banks in the Middle East. Fahad back then was a funny little kid.
I was also a good-looking kid, bro.
Okay.
I was a good-looking kid, guys.
And then we met again 10 years later. I'd come to Australia in 2001. Fahad landed in 2005.
And my dad actually asked you to keep an eye on me.
That's right.
Dude, I gave you a tough time.
You were still a funny kid, shy, nervous. Kid, yeah. You were not a happy kid.
Nah. I was in Abu Dhabi, bro. Imagine coming from Abu Dhabi to Australia where you know nobody, no mum and dad.
Yeah. Mummy and daddy's boy.
I'm a mummy's boy.
Anyway, so we kept in touch in Australia. We played cricket together, and then we started talking about common interests in investing.
And you actually brought up the idea of halal and ethical investing with me because
Yes.
I paid it off a bit, and that's how your dad actually wanted to talk to me.
That's right. So we shared our investments with our fathers, and my dad actually said to Fahad, he said, "Show me what you're doing."
And I'm like, "Yeah, have a look." And I'm like, "The growth is good." And the funny thing is, your father just looked at me and said, "Half of them is not even halal and ethical." And I'm like, "So what?"
That's right. And that's what led to us looking at things again. And we were like, all right, we really don't want to invest in companies that don't line up with our beliefs. And regardless of that, now that we've done it the proper way, we see that it's multiplied our growth. It's actually limited in a way our options, but in another way, it's grown our options because we only have to look at quality, ethical companies.
And halal,
exactly. We sleep better at night.
True.
We feel good about our investments, and quality and ethical companies generally, I feel, tend to do better
in the long run. That's funny. You actually said limited the option, because that's exactly what my friends. One of my friends, he's actually.
Your investor friend.
Yeah, he's actually quite good.
Yeah.
And that's because he mimics my portfolio. No, but at the start of it, he was like, you're limiting yourself. There's so many great companies out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not limiting myself. I'm actually saving time, because if it's not halal, it's not even something I bother looking at.
Yeah. And that's my experience as well. We've been helping friends and family as we've grown our wealth by investing in shares. And from answering friends and family's questions, talking them through it, and we wanted to do it at a bigger scale. So many questions, so many friends and family members asking us, how are you guys doing this?
I've had people tell me, bro, wow.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you should do this.
Why don't we? And I'm like, why don't we just share it with everyone?
So that's how we started the idea. And we wanted to do it at a bigger scale, teach anyone and everyone. We wanted everyone to be able to watch and learn.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to do it the boring financial theory way.
I love that's not boring for me though, bro. I love it.
It's what you've learned, right?
True.
So, but I think for me, it's one of the reasons I chose a different path in school. It was boring to me.
That is true. That is true.
Now I see that knowing that stuff helps, but I'm a big believer in teaching it by showing, not just reading.
True.
So that's what we do on our site. We talk a bit about the fundamentals and the finance background and those things, the theory.
We make it simple.
Yeah, we make it so that it's for anyone of any level. You might not know a single thing about investing in shares, but you can come on and start from like the basic step-by-step guides and articles. And you also see how we've applied that by looking at what we've invested in, why we invested in,
why we're buying,
exactly,
why we may sell.
It's in the detail. And it's this stuff that no school teaches kids.
No uni teaches this, bro.
No, or you can go and pay to learn a master's in business finance, but did that teach you this
stuff?
I
didn't learn any of this.
There you go. We look forward to sharing more content in our next video. Links to our website and articles are down below.
Subscribe, like, and share. Come join us and grow your wealth in a halal and ethical manner by rewiring your mind.